Alright folks, how's it going? I am Doctor McFarland, and that's a crackly cable. Sorry about that. Wow. These things happen sometimes. So, what we have going on here is I'm going to turn up my Tac-O-Bout Pro. Maybe turn that down. Let's see what we got here. That doesn't change anything. Just kind of looking at what's going on. What is going on? Alright, so just let me know if those volumes work for you or not. How's it going, Tom? Or, not Tom, from somebody. What is up? So we got the Tac-O-Bout Pro update that came out last week, and I was doing other things, talking about other things last week, so we will go over the new features today, and a lot of cool things going on. So I'm actually going to make a new preset here, and then let's show my screen so you can see what I'm doing. Like so. Alright, so once again, I am playing the Kasel CT6 in Autumn Burst, and this thing is gorgeous. I did put in an order from Zounds today, and that will be a special video coming soon, and all those things. So, pretty excited about some new things coming in, and making some videos on those. And it's some guitars that are really a very awesome deal for the money, and you get a lot of guitar for your money. So that is good. So let's look at some new things here. First of all, we have a 57 Deluxe combo amp, which can also be an amp head, and you can also choose the cabinet as well. There's a 1x12 57 Deluxe cabinet. So with that said, there's many different things we can do, but let's just start off with the 57 Deluxe. Turn this up. Now, a 57 Deluxe is not very many watts. It's like 12 watts, maybe. So what you're getting with this is not it's not going to be a clean sound by any means. Let's just turn it down pretty low. and see what we can get from this. We do want to make sure the amp level is all the way up. Okay, another thing we can do is make sure that our preset setting is all the way up as well. So we're getting the maximum amount of headroom and volume in our preset. Okay, so even with those settings, we're getting a relatively crunchy sound. We can turn the tone all the way up. Or turn all the way down. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's dial in some reverb here. I feel like there were some new reverbs. We got some convolution stuff going on. I do kind of wish these would stay in the categories that they live in. Here's a Ascension convolution hall, another convolution hall, kinetic plate, convolution room. So we got some new convolution type stuff. So let's check out the plate real fast. And this has mix, pre-delay, low cut, treble, wide on and off, and spillover on and off. Always want to make sure we have the spillover on. Okay, so we don't have a second page for this, so these are all the parameters we have right here. So we have the mix we can turn down. Okay, I do like to go to replace, and let's try the atmosphere convolution room. If I go to my neck pickup, I might get it to clean up a little bit more. Alright, so yeah, you're just not going to get this very clean at all. But it is what it is. Your mic is much quieter than the guitar feed. It sounds good in my ears. It sounds good in my ears. So why is it any different for you? Check. 1, 2, check. I mean, I can turn it up. I can turn this down. Check. 1, 2, check. Then you hear more of my guitar strings. So it is what it is. Gosh. Yeah, I feel like this mic cable is weird. I need to switch that out. Let's see what my output settings are. Yeah, left and right. This should be fine. All right, anyway. So there's some atmosphere reverb. Let me know if my voice is higher now than it was before. I turn this down. Check, 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 check. All right. You're still getting a signal from somewhere, and I'm not sure what this is. Check, 1, 2, check. Nope, it's not from there. What could you be getting signal from? Not any of these. This is where live streams go wrong. It's not this one. Check, check, 1, 2, check. Nope, it's not that one. Check, 1, 2, check, check. Not really sure. So apparently I'm getting a different headphone mix than what you're getting. So it is what it is. Turn this back up. Okay, sounds good here. That's fine. Alright, so I did play around with the convolution stuff before the stream, and you know, they sound fine. Okay, so this one has a little extra something going on with it. Hear all that craziness? Can turn it down though. Let me go here. Call you back. Sorry, I got a phone call. All right, the reverb is interesting. Let's go on to see what the Ascension reverb sounds like. Okay, so once again, we have this kind of upper shimmer movement kind of stuff going on. Okay, great. Let me bring up the web page, and we can kind of see what some other additions are. I want this to be head and browser. All right, so new amps are the 57 Deluxe, the Blues Jr LTD, the Brit Breaker, and the British 45. So I have not messed with those yet. So let me go do that. Let's go do that. So we're going to replace this one. Let's go to... You can see that some of these are grayed out now. So the convolution reverbs are going to be a little more CPU hungry, if you will. So Brit 45. Let's do that one. And once again, these are not going to be like high headroom type stuff. I'm going to keep them down. Okay, we got somewhat of a clean tone out of that. And always make sure that the amp level is up, so that way you get the maximum playing volume you can. Okay, we do have a cabinet here. And one of the things they did add is they gave you the ability to add another microphone, which is really cool. So we'll do like a 121 on this. Okay, there we are. Mic 1, mic 2. You can kind of click around a little bit. Yeah, so mic 1 is the 414. Let's change that one out to a 57. This is a pretty classic setup here. Okay. There is a blend knob and a pan for left and right, so I can pan these. And now you should be getting more of a stereo-ness kind of thing going on. Let's put both of these on the cap edge, like so. Alright, all that's well and good. Let's say we want to go and just crank the living daylights out of this thing. Okay, treble up, bass down. So something I've always said is the more gain you have, the less bass you need. So we're going to do something like this. But just depending on the speaker type and the mic placement and settings on the amp, you could get a little bit more flubby. Something like that. Get my phone out of the way here. I'm going to check a setting. It's really not a good way to check a setting. Can't go to monitor. Can't go to here. Yeah, anyway, I'll mess with that later. Something has changed, and I'm not sure why. I'm not having control over my live stream volume as far as the balance of what I'm hearing in my headphones versus other things. So it is what it is. All right, unlocking that. Now, one thing that I would typically do is go and add a tube screamer of some sort. So click on this, level all the way up, drive all the way down, and maybe the tone in the middle. All right, something like that. And then you want to go in and add some, just a little bit of delay here. There's also a stereo doubler. Is that one of the new things? I feel like that's a new thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We can also do 2 layers. Turn the effect all the way up. But it probably needs to blend with your dry sound a little bit. So maybe add some different variation. I'm pretty sure that's what that it's a Strymon pedal. It's a silver one. Kind of gives you that slapback delay kind of sound. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's go to modulation. Oh, sorry. Let's go to pitch. And something brand new. We do have the Polygon Octave shifter and a pitch shifter. So let's try the pitch shifter first. And this is going to give us different voicings. And we'll do something like this. So okay, I know it's crazy. Let's do my knobs are going nuts. I just don't know why. Let's just turn this one off. Okay. All right, I'm liking that. We can adjust the attack so we get more of a slow type thing. Okay, interesting. Let's try the lo-fi setting here. All right, and then let's just lower the mix a little bit so we kind of sneak it in and have it be not as prominent. All right, so there's that. This Polygon Octave shifter, this is the POG, essentially, okay? So I'm going to turn down the fifths. We can leave the attack all the way down. We're not going to have 2 octaves. Maybe have a little bit of the octave down and no 2 octaves down. Now this one, it doesn't really have like a wet dry mix. Right, but you do have the original, so you can blend, you can bring in your dry signal, but still not the same as like having a pure blend knob or a mix knob. Okay, so there's that. It is what it is. We will bypass this for now. Let's go back to our other screen here. Hello, that looks weird. All right, so we do have 2 new bass amps, the SWR Redhead and the Rock Bottom 400. Some new cabs, tons of new effects. The Cosmic Sands drive is basically the OCD drive. Some analog chorus, stereo chorus, vibrato, stereo doubler, which I already showed you. The Aurora Delay is the Andy Timmons delay from like Keeley. Polyhedron pitch delay. That's kind of neat. Let's try that one out. Let's try a pitch delay, shall we? See what we got. Let's add it here. Let's go to effects. Let's go to delay. All right, so there's let's do the Aurora Delay real fast. Okay, now the feedback's pretty low. Let's turn up the feedback. Do you have a mix knob there? We got different subdivisions. Bucket Brigade. Alright, that's interesting enough. There's a stereo version. Let's try this pitch delay here. Okay, we're gonna get weird. It is time to get weird, folks. Really weird. Let's turn up our attack. Spillover, yes. Let's try this. I really wish this thing would not freak out. I need to update something. Something needs to be updated. Okay, so we got an octave in there, and we have just a unison. Something like that. Let's turn the mix up so you can hear it more. Alright, that can be fun. That could be fun to play with. Alright, there's that. Let's switch out the Brit 45 for the Brit Breaker. This one has the same 2 volumes, treble, middle, bass, and presence. And as you hear, it has a little vibrato thing going on. So let's turn down that. Yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, I like that one. Let's go to the Blues Jr LTD. I'm kind of preferring the Blues Jr overall because it does have a nice clean sound. And with the ability of the scene edits, you can have clean, a little bit more gain, all the way gain, you know, turn on the fat switch, whatever you want. Okay, let's make sure our green box is off. How about that? Okay, bridge pickup or neck pickup. Okay, so you could clean it up a little bit more. And it really depends if you have humbuckers in your guitar or if you have single coils or P90s on how these amps are going to respond to your sound. I'm going to try something real fast. I'm going to try one more thing. Something is going on here. I'm not sure what it is. Send point is pre-fader. Let's turn that off. Still not what I want. Still not quite doing what I want. USB output 1 and 2. Channels 1 and 2 direct. Okay, let's try this. No, still not controlling it. All right, anyway. All right, so what I like about the Blues Jr. is you can turn on the fat switch. And you can still get a great crunch sound and clean sound out of this thing. All right, so that's on the middle position of the bridge and the neck, so I get this kind of clean tone. Right, if I want to go in and add my stereo doubler. Which is kind of nuts. And then turn on the pitch delay. Let's go add one more delay or reverb here. I'm liking my reverbs. All right, so I do like the cloud verb, the celestial verb. Let's go with the Imperium Hall. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to add quite a few more effects here just for fun. And it might start sounding crazy. Okay. That these convolution reverbs are they're gonna be some hogs. So, and plus if I add this. Alright, so you really have to fill up this line with a lot of stuff. to show you what I'm going to show you. So we're going to go to Dynamics. Let's add a dyne compressor. Let's add an EQ. Like so. Let's add some modulation. There's some analog chorus. This is going to sound crazy. We want a blues maker in there for sure. For sure, man. We definitely want that. Let's add an amp head. Let's go with the Blues LTD again. Let's add a cabinet. Here's the LTD Cab. Now, that's what I want to show you. So here in this new update, they made it to where you don't have to keep scrolling back and forth to see everything in your signal chain. It just wraps around, which is very nice and convenient. But we're going to have to move some of this stuff around here. Let's move it there. Okay, and then if I add some just basic verb to the end here. Right, we can use some cool wraparound stuff like that. Okay. Now, I kind of wish. Oh wow, look at that. Wow, we just cleared it all out. All right, that's actually fine. We're going to go to amp head. We're going to try the Blues LTD one more time. And actually, I do like the Blues LTD, but I also like the Fender Twin model. Just because it gives you all that headroom and it just works really well. So obviously we need some kind of cab in here. So let's add the 2x12 twin cab. And you want to do it this way because when you use combo amps with built-in reverb, the convolution reverb, it takes up a lot more DSP. So in this case, I can actually do a little bit more than usual. Okay. What we're going to do now, I have some new pedals from Jet Pedals. Okay. And I've actually been dying to try these out. I've been dying. So what we're going to do, is just run some pedals into the front end of this ToneMaster Pro and see how analog pedals work with all this. Okay, so we're going to unplug this. We're going to go into the output. Make sure I have the power supply going to it here. Like so. Make this the input. And that's not going to stay. So let me know what you guys have been up to this week. I have gotten a few pedals in to do a new pedal board build, and that should be fun. Man, I need this to stay. I need this to stay like that. All right, so here's with the pedal off. Let me make sure I have the amp level all the way up. Ish. So we are just going to get more, just more volume overall. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay. Kicking in the pedal. This is going to give me some volume. Now you can kind of hear that stepped a little bit. Alright, so we have a mid boost, which maybe if it's in the middle, it does something different, possibly. Turn the gain up. Turn the gain down. All right, so really at this point, I mean, a real pedal is not going to sound any better than what you're going to get in the Tonemeister Pro. You may think you're getting something cool and different, but you're really not. And that's just the way it is. All right, that's neat. Let's try out this Lion pedal over here. This is a distortion pedal. Do the old switcheroo here. Plug that in. Plug that in. All right, so the Lion has a volume and a gain, but it also has a low cut and a high cut. Right here. Let me actually go to, let's go to my M50. All right. Let me move myself out of the way. Embarrassing. Okay. Interesting. High cut. Let's see. Alright, so that takes. So really, with the pedals all the way counterclockwise, should be off. And then as I roll up the low cut. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, that one's interesting enough. Let's try out the Revelation reverb here, like so. We'll go left to left, and then plug this in. Okay, this will be fun. Let's see what happens. don't know. All kinds of weird flashy stuff going on. Yeah. I do not know. Maybe you gotta push these two buttons. I think that's what it is. You gotta push both to get to the different presets. So maybe. No idea. I guess I gotta read the manual on that one because I don't know how to get to the different presets or the different sounds. There's like different algorithms in here, but not sure how to do it yet. Let's see, Endless Space. Okay, we got that. Repeats, control. There's a dotted eighth. That's interesting. Who's calling me? Okay. The jet pedal here has a built-in tuner, which is kind of neat. So we'll test this out real fast because I got a tune. You can see that right here. All right. So if I hold, I have a tuner. And tuners are always good. All right. We'll play around more with those pedals in future videos. Let's go ahead and add the OCD pedal on the Toemaster Pro. And what we'll do is go back to the TMP scene here. Weird. Why is it doing that? We got some weird stuff going on here, folks. All right. Toemaster Pro. We're going to add the drive pedal. And honestly, I really like the LCD pedal from Full Tone. And this one sounds really good. We'll keep the drive down relatively. So. Something weird is going on here. Yeah, I want it to be Pro Control. We got this weird other, like, I don't know why it's showing that. We got some weird other things going on. Okay. Yeah, so it has the same HP, LP type setting. And honestly, right there, I mean, I could totally get by with just a clean amp and that pedal, some reverb and delay, and some tremolo, and that would be more than enough for me. More than enough. All right, we got some weird stuff going on here. Because what I'm seeing on my screen is not the same as what you're seeing. Let's go back here. It's like it's not updated. No idea. We got some weird stuff. All right, guys. That's all we're going to do today. I'm going to go eat something before my lessons tonight. And it's about to do some storming here as well. So that's always fun. So be sure to leave comments and suggestions on my videos throughout the week. Then I can make sure I can address those in a future video. Okay? You'll have a great rest of your week. I will talk to you later. Keep rocking.